Hello YouTube, hello MGTOW, it's me, MGTOW in the Wind. Now, this is one of the few videos that I will ask you to share. Part of this dabbles on the SYS, and part of this dabbles on a little bit about myself. Now let's start with the most important part, the part that I've seen repetitively, habitually. And I'm going to, and throughout this segment, I'm going to ask you to share this. Now, in order to save yourself, you may have to remove yourself from a situation. Some of your old friends, your good old friends, who may or may not have been in the drugs and out in the drugs and partying, well, you may have to remove yourself from them. Reason being is, if you have gone to a trade school and graduated, 9 times out of 10 they're going to want to celebrate and party. That's all well and good. But if your friends are into stuff like marijuana, methamphetamines, crack cocaine, popping pills, and all this other junk that y'all do, this new age crap that pops off, get away from them. You got yourself clean. You kept yourself clean for this long. Why are you going to stay there? Companies will bus you out to their terminal or fly you out to their terminal just to make sure you stay clean. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Why are you going to pay all this money to waste your training? You paid all this money to get this training, and now are you really going to throw it away by partying with your old friends? Well, it's what it is. They're your old friends. When you get a CDL, it's a different lifestyle. You have to keep yourself clean. Driving a vehicle that's rated for 80,000, that may or may not be rated for 80,000 plus. Do you like money? Do you like eating food? Well, I suggest you keep yourself clean. I'm just saying. This one's close. I'm just saying, you don't have to take my advice, take my word for it. You can tell me to take my advice and shove it. But when you're standing in that bathroom with a urinalysis personnel, and you gotta explain to them that you're gonna piss hot, that you're gonna urinate hot, well, I left this video is for you. I asked people to share it. That's all you need to do. You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta dislike. You don't gotta like it. You don't gotta subscribe. I just asked you to share this video, because a lot of people, I've seen this multiple times. I've seen people piss hot in and outside the military. I've seen people get booted out the military because they pissed hot, and I've seen people lose their CDLs because they pissed hot. I've seen people lose A&P cert, a potential A&P cert because they urinated hot. And many other certifications, like heavy equipment operator. I've seen them people piss hot and lose their certs, or lose a potential cert. Is it really worth it? Is that little pill, that little dime bag, or whatever, like I said, or nickel bag, or freaking, is that cup of whatever is in that thing that is probably not alcohol, worth it? Worth you not making decent money? Well, it ain't worth it to me, that's for sure. Now I know a little bit about myself. I'm told that I care too much. I just want to leave advice on how to better yourself. I want people to not have to go through what I went through. You know? I want to leave the younger generation. I don't want the younger people to go through what I went through. Growing up, my dating life, my attempts at dating were usually rendered, like I said, usually rendered me in a short-term relationship or ripped apart. You know? As I said, it usually rendered me in a short-term relationship or ripped apart. I don't want a young man to go through what I went through. And though true as it may be, I understand that not all women are like that. We use that no won't. I will acknowledge that not all women are like that. But I'm going to consider, but MGTOW is going to continue to assume that they are. I don't get emotional. I'm not going to get emotional. I mean, I've learned to not get emotionally attached. Because one minute I get emotionally attached, guess what? I'm going to get ripped apart again. I've learned that. And I'm not going to allow myself, and if it's a decent, if there is a decent...
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Highway 28 West.
And if there's such thing as a decent woman, I'm not going to drag her through that. You know? Because it's what it is. I'm not going to drag her through this mess.
Turn left onto Highway 28 West.
It's like walking into a person's house with dirty shoes on, with muddy shoes on. Highly disrespectful. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Continue on Highway 28 West for 24 miles.
Oh, lovely. I normally don't take turns that fast. I take turns a lot slower. But I didn't have the time to slow down. I have to use the engine brake so I don't smoke my brakes. But this is basically, for me, it's like I have to be responsible and accountable because nobody else is. The lights are bright. They're broad daylight. I have to be responsible because nobody else is for myself. I had to back down. Like I said, you gotta, sometimes you learn that you might want to back down off of something. The results may not be rewarding. This is MGTOW on the win. Share it just if you want, like, whatever, but do share this video. A lot of men are going to need, there's some men that actually need to hear this. Signing off.